What is up, y'all, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves and Naz Reid. So recently we got a tweet from NBA Central saying Naz Reid is expected to opt out of his contract this summer and enter free agency. This is per Jake L. Fisher, and it reads, Reid, who is the league's reigning 6th man of the year for a few months, possesses a $15 million play option for the 2025-2026 season that many of these same strategists expect he'll decline in the search of a richer arrangement in the summer. And basically what this means, I'll give you guys a little background of Naz Reid and how he came up in the league. As he was undrafted in 2019, he got signed to a two-way contract with the Minnesota Timberwolves and their G League affiliate, and he kind of just worked his way up from there. But also, since he was an undrafted free agent, what that means is that if he does decline his player option like it is expected, he will be an unrestricted free agent this offseason, which means the Timberwolves cannot match whatever offer they get, so he's not forced to come back. However, they can go over the salary cap to re-sign him because they have bird rights, but they do not have the restriction on him, so they can't match whatever deal like you would with an Anthony Edwards or a rookie guy you would draft. So that's a little bit different and a little bit tricky with Naz Reid here. And before we go any deeper in the video, make sure you guys like the video, comment your thoughts, just comment anything. It helps me out so much. Subscribe if you mess with my vibes and everything. But yeah, let's go back to the video now. Appreciate y'all. So, looking at Naz Reid and some potential teams he could sign with if he doesn't go back to the Timberwolves, we have the Spurs, the Cavs, the Mavericks, the Nets, the Knicks, and the Pelicans. And a trend we kind of have here is guys who all have cap space to sign Naz and what he may expect, because he has been having a great season this year. Let's pull up his stats really quick compared to last season's. As his base stats do not look that much better, he's obviously improved. He's gone up, a point and a half per game. He's got more rebounds, more assists, all that stuff. However, you got to take it with a grain of salt. He's been playing more minutes, but as of recent is where he's really been dominating. As when being a starter for the Timberwolves, he's been averaging 18.5, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and this is 16 games as a starter. So that's a pretty decent enough sample size to show what Naz Reid could be as a starter and an actual guy who gets a lot of minutes or a primary focus of the offense. Because obviously the Timberwolves have Julius Randle, who is taking up a lot of the big minutes, and they also have Gobert, who also takes a lot of the big minutes, so it doesn't leave a lot of big minutes for Naz Reid off the bench. However, when he starts, it looks like he's doing really good. And actually, in this last month of February, he's been having some unreal breakout performances, as he's had 27, 11, and 6. He's had 22, 11, 3, 22, 11, 4, 22, 8, 3, 27, 14, 7, 22, 13, 2. And this is a lot of minutes when Rudy Gobert has been injured, but him slotting in that center spot or even that power forward spot, whatever, he's been hooping. I mean, he's proven that he shouldn't be a sixth man. It's kind of cool to see as someone who started as a two-way contract player, someone who's undrafted, work his way all the way up to the sixth man of the year. And now, he could be a potential star. In my opinion, the way he moves, the way he dribbles, all that stuff is reminding me of some Kevin Durant. It's reminding me of some star potential. Or I should say, it's showing or proving that he has star potential, as Naz Reid is a beast. It's not only scoring that he's been better at, it's also the rebounds, as we also get another tweet saying, Finch told me he has been pleased with Naz Reid's rebounding since Gobert has been sidelined. Reid is averaging 10.5, 10.3 rebounds in his last 8 games since Rudy's left the lineup. And I mean, a lot of his last 8 games, he's been scoring like a motherfucker too. He's been going crazy. But I mean, if Chris Finch is acknowledging this, and I mean, the reporter who reported himself, he literally interviewed Chris Finch and asked him a question about this, and Chris Finch told him that back. If a reporter's saying this, I mean, everybody's acknowledging Naz Reid's going off, and he could have a breakout year next season if he goes to a new team. Who really knows with that, though? Because there's so many teams he could go to, because there's so many teams that have money. But the Timberwolves are kind of in a bad position here, because they don't have a restriction on him, so he could go anywhere he wants. And if I was a Timberwolves fan, I would be scared, because this guy has so much untapped potential that I just don't want to miss out on that. I would want to, if I was the Timberwolves, I would want to extend this guy for whatever he asks, just because the potential he brings, And obviously, you need to give him the opportunity because he's playing behind Gobert and Julius Randle, which I still don't think that Julius Randle trade was good, but, that's a different problem. As let's revisit the list of teams he could go to. We have the Spurs, who I actually like a lot. Him playing next to Wembanyama at the power forward, or even being a sixth man with a lot of minutes next to Wembanyama. So, that would be a crazy good pairing, because they're both they're floor spacers. They both have dribble packages. They'd be crazy. They'd be that would be otherworldly in my opinion if they played together. They have the Cavs, which I don't think should happen, and I hope it doesn't happen. As a Warriors fan, I'm trying to compete, and I do not want the Cavs to be stacked, but I don't think they have enough money for that anyway, so it doesn't really make sense. Mavericks, I don't think they have enough money for that either, because they're just one of the most expensive teams in the league, so I don't really think that's a possibility. The Nets could actually very well happen, and that could be cool. He could sign to the Nets and have a breakout year, maybe an all-star year. Who knows? Maybe I'm jumping the gun, but the Nets would be a cool team if he goes to. It's a fresh new start, and just he can do whatever the hell he wants to the court there. And the last two teams teams are the Knicks and the Pelicans, which truly they don't have a lot of money. I mean, the Pelicans are paying CJ, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Zion. They're paying a lot of people, so I don't really think that would work. They're also paying DeJounte Murray. So the Pelicans don't really have a lot of money, and Naz is going to expect a lot of money because he's having a great year. Then we have the Knicks, who the same boat. I mean, they're paying Towns, Brunson, Hart, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges. They just don't have any cap space to get Naz Reid either. So I don't really understand how that would work. But out of all these teams, I actually like the Nets and I like the Spurs the most. The Nets, fresh start. He could go crazy. He could prove his potential. He could go insane and, have a Mikal Bridges season. Or, we have the Spurs who, that could be another missing piece for the Spurs that could push him over the edge and be, a title contender. So, let me know what you think in the comments about this with Naz Reid. Obviously, Timberwolves fans, you hope for him to stay. But, at the end of the day, we don't really know what's going to happen with him because he's going to expect a lot of money. You don't have restrictions on him. So that could be scary. But yeah, let me know the thing in the comments. Like the video, do all that stuff, subscribe if you mess with my vibe like I just said earlier, and yeah, we're out.